And more news out of Moscow. Russian investigators launching a criminal case against, are you ready for this? Major General Bob Scales. The investigation reportedly sparked by what General Scales told Fox Business Network about the Ukraine conflict.
It's game, set, and match in the Ukraine. The only way the United States can have any effect in this region and turn the tide is to start killing Russians by killing so many Russians that even Putin's media can't hide the fact that Russians are returning to the motherland in body bags.
And General Scales joins us. And, sir, good evening, sir. And if it weren't so serious, I would say that there goes spring break for the Scales family in Siberia.
My cruise to the Baltics is off.
Right.
And no vodka and no, no borscht for me.
But this is a criminal investigation of you.
It is. It's the Russian version of the First Amendment. 5 years in prison if you say something that makes Vladimir Putin angry. But look, this is a bigger thing, Greta. This is a Russian form of war that's run by Vladimir Putin.
Missing Vladimir Putin.
Missing Vladimir Putin. I mean, they control the people by throttling the media in their own country, and they go on the offensive by intimidating media in foreign countries. And quite often in the United States and in Western Europe, the media goes along with it.
You know, it just occurred to me, this whole thing with these 47 GOP senators sending the letter directly to Iran. I kept saying they should have put it in the newspaper. They should have had you just sort of repeat it on Fox Business Channel, because it is true, the world is watching. I mean, if you've got the Russians now having a criminal investigation for something you said on Fox Business, I mean, all these countries who are not friendly to us, they're watching us.
Isn't it funny they watch us? I got emails today from people in Russia I'd never heard of before. I didn't know Fox News was watched in Russia, but I'll tell you this, from this...
Fox Business, I should add. Neil Cavuto would want me to say Fox Business.
Fox Business and Fox, but I'll tell you this, Fox is not Vladimir Putin's favorite network, because, as you saw me on that clip you ran, we're trying to tell the truth about what's going on in places like Ukraine and places like Iraq. This is serious business, just like you and I were talking about at the break. The Russians are, if we don't help the Ukrainians do something to take back those lost territories in the east, if we don't give the Ukrainians the weapons they need.
Why aren't we?
I don't know. It makes no sense. Look, Putin is not a strong leader right now. The Russian
missing.
He's missing. The Russian military is in disarray. I mean, they're having to combine 4 or 5 units to make a single unit to go into the Ukraine. I mean, this is not a world superpower.
So why is Germany, why is England, why aren't we doing more?
We talked about this earlier. I think it's like the 30s all over again. It's a war-weary Western world that likes the status quo. And Putin is there to poke a stick in our eye.
But we don't have the status quo, because he changed the status quo. I mean, the status quo was that he didn't have Ukraine. That was the status quo. He keeps changing the status quo.
That's exactly right.
And we accept it.
Well, does anybody even talk about the Crimea being part of the Ukraine anymore? Of course not. It's the same thing with Eastern Ukraine. As I said in the piece, game, set, and match. Look. We all know that sanctions don't work, negotiations don't work. We can't push the red reset button. And the bottom line is only military action by the Ukrainians that we support will turn the tide.
Do you care that the Russians have started a criminal investigation for you for what you said on Fox Business?
No, I'm not concerned at all. I just kind of wish I could take a vacation in Russia, but I can guarantee you that's not going to happen.
I wouldn't advise it, actually. Anyway, General, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Greta.